All right, welcome back to Wacht on Rhein, my solo play. I'm giving you a little glimpse of what's going on. I started putting out the core boundary lines. So from that blue stick that you can see here, all the way down to the south, this here is going to be the 8th core, which is sitting right there. That blue line to that blue line will be, I believe that's the 18th core. So they'll handle that section there. And then up, I believe that's the 5th core from that blue line all the way to the edge. And so I started designating, so we have just that here for the Americans. As for the Germans, we have this core line. Actually, this is the Army, 7th Army, which is going to be here, but it also designates the core. We have a core here that will end right there, that boundary line, and then it just opens up for any German units that have gotten past that front line, like these German units here, who are on their way to the west. You got those over here, German units as well. Down here, by the way, I'm thinking about taking Panzerlehr and bypassing Bastogne and going around, and just have the 26th and the 9th SS try to take Bastogne. Now I play where I don't like the God's eye view where I'll just react to something. So if Panzerlehr goes around, basically, one, the 101st Airborne Division has to defend Bastogne. That's their orders. And second, unless they can visually see Panzerlehr moving, you can't react to something that you cannot see, unless there's other units that spot them and can then radio back to their commanders about movement. Outside of that, if there are units moving in the forest, let's say over here, I don't have units that react to it because they don't know where it's from. And that's how I take away that God's eye view of knowing everything. And I think more Wargame should put a mechanism in the system that prevents units from prevents players from reacting to their opponent's movement unless they see that opponent or they see that unit to be able to react to. Up here, you can see what's going on. Same bit. The 1st SS is pushing their way in there. We have parts of the 9th SS that I broke off. They're up here with the 18th Infantry Division. And then you have the 2nd SS Division that's on its way in there. I'm going to try to surround that completely. You have above them. So they're kind of being surrounded. So they're going to have to fight their way out, or if they don't feel like they can hold it, the Americans that is, they can just retreat out the side, heading west. But it gives you a sense of what's going on over there. Now they're holding as best as possible. They have the 106th, parts of the 106th Infantry, and they also have the 7th Armor. Yep, the other 7th Armor out here that was trying to close off that road for supply, but now the 116th Panzer has moved in and is pushing them back. So we should see what's going to go on with that. Up in the north area, it's just been tough up there. I know, who is that? The 12th SS, which is over there. The 12th SS is having a hard time. there's really not many, there's not that many German units that are strong enough to help. The only one would be the 12th Volksgrenadier. We have the 1st SS here, which is Pipers, and he's working his way. He's going to have a tough time with the 30th Infantry Division of the Americans. There's a lot of units there to be able to take it on. So we're hoping that the second SS can come in and help out over there. But the only way that's going to happen is that they get this cleared away. It's tough going through here because of the constricted terrain. There is no major roads. You know, you have a secondary road right here, right? And it just lays right in there. That we can go in, but over here it's just constricted terrain. So you're at stop and go, maybe you'll grab a trail, and you're in mud. In mud, if you're not on a primary or secondary road, your movements are halved. So, and if you enter a constricted terrain from a hex side that isn't along the dashed line, you move into the terrain, that's it, you can't move anymore. It takes all your movement points to move in, and it takes all your movement points to move out. So you can see you're just moving one hex at a time. So you have to know how to enter. And then you have the stream. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare of movements and all that stuff, but hey, it makes the system fun, which I love. Yeah, so over here we have, like I said, 101st Airborne. You have the 10th Armor. They're trying to enclose themselves in just in case they get surrounded. And like I said, I have these 2 German regiments that are on their way to the west. They also took this objective, which was an objective that they needed to take, and they succeeded. So, yes, you can just see this massive units everywhere. Again, the Americans are, it feels hopeless for them here. They're being squeezed in. The Germans are just holding the wall here while the other side is chipping away at the Americans. And so they're just trying to hold the dam together. They're pulling units from over here from the east side and bringing it to the west to shore up this area. But it's not going well. So they need to get more reinforcements in here. They do have some where we can bring in some of the 4th Infantry Division and have them show up and help out. But it's going to be interesting how this is. But the Germans are completing their objective here. The objective was to try to control this side of the river. And so far it's been working. We'll probably get some more units to try to get over the river and get rid of these 2 here. But outside of that, this part is going as planned. Let's see what else we can talk about. We have the 560. Not a 560, they're more of a defensive infantry division. And you can tell that because of, look at their PR. Their PR is a 7 for defense, and it's a 5, and the defense is a 6 compared to a 4 attack. So they'll be placed in the defensive posture. We're going to get them up, get them over here by Bastogne, and help out. Yeah, yes. Oh, let's look over here. We gotta pull these Germans out. This is the core line, so this is the 3rd armor. They have to stay back, they're not gonna cross over. However, the 82nd Airborne, they're gonna pull their units over and see if they can attack these German units. They're working inside this perimeter between there and there. So they're spread out. That was their main base that they had to do their setup when they came in, and now they can spread out to do their new mission. I think that's about all I can say on this. It's been an interesting play. I've been enjoying it. Hope you guys have been as well. And I've been enjoying the original rules that came with the game. You know, the system. I've played the 2012 rules. I played all the rules that have come with GOSS. Put it to you that way. So I have no issue with these rules. So I can compare them, we should say, with all the rules I played that came out with the system of GOSS. And I've actually enjoyed these rules. So there is no more enjoyment, I should say, that the 2020 rules give me from these rules. So I always say to myself, if I'm going to learn a new rule set, was the original rules that bad that you can't play? Let me see. And I play them because that was the original design of the game. The rules were built for this game. And so I play. And if it's not broken, then I say to myself, okay, are the new rules much more better than the original rules? And how much more enjoyment would I get from the new rules compared to the original? And is it worth the time to relearn new rules to give me maybe a slight betterness or equal? So that's how I put it into play when I do that. It shouldn't be you change rules just to change rules, or you change rules because maybe a couple people didn't like something. If your system works, then just leave it. If everyone is being pulled into the system, being pulled into the story, the original rules have pulled me into the story of this Wacht on Rhein scenario. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. Till next time.